Yeah, morning. Can't say good morning. We got quite a bit of rain last night. Still raining, not quite as hard as it was a little while ago. Supposed to clear off around lunchtime, but then turned to shit again. So this is sitting in here, waiting for the John Deere tech to come. I don't know if we'll run this afternoon or not because it's wet. They show a little bit of clearing off this afternoon and then rain again, and overnight another half, 3/4 of an inch. But anyways, this thing is sitting in here because some code come up. The 4-wheel drive rear end on these, I think on most brands, are like a 2-speed, a high and a low. My high, some code come up, my high is not working. So electrical bullshit, probably. Sensors, who knows, but they're coming out to see if they can figure that out. And then there's a sensor up here behind that plastic shield there for that goes on your feeder house speed, because you can adjust your feeder house speed, you know, how fast your crop's coming in and whatnot. And mine, the numbers bouncing all over hell's creation. I got out and looked at it, and it looks, you know, sometimes you get shit behind them and stuff, the sensors. It looked clean, but so whether that sensor's going bad, I told them bring one and test it. But yeah, and I cleaned some of the mud off last night before I pulled it in here. It's October, it is today, October 25th. It's turning into a long fall. We are down to, oh shit, I figured it out in the house before I came out. 115 acres of corn, I think, and 120 acres of beans, so somewhere between 230 and 240 total acres to go. But this is insane. And actually I watched the 11 o'clock news before I went to bed. Between the rain that was coming down last night, we got in about an hour or so before it started, got everything put away, whatnot, tarped the wet bin auger, closed the wet bin up so that the corn that was drying overnight didn't get drenched. And 11 o'clock news, the local weatherman said between what was coming last night through tomorrow, through Tuesday, we were in the 1 to 2 inch range. And then they showed good Wednesday and Thursday. Well, like I told Barb, I'm not sure we're just going to run right out on Wednesday and start in again if we get another 2 inches of rain to go on top of the, you know, somewhere in the neighborhood of 4 inches that we've had in the past 10 days or whatever it's been. So crazy, turning into a very long fall. So wait for him to show up, see what he comes up with. All right. Why would this sensor have an X on it? And it doesn't look good, but we changed that feeder house sensor. So after that, he decided to tighten the belt a little. But as you can see, the oil all over that shiv when he was tightening the belt, and he took this cover off here. He realized that obviously our, what is it, a piston in there is not good. So we are now ordering one of those. Maybe it'll be overnighted like the fuel pump and show up 2 days later. And we still get charged for overnight. So, it's never ending. But this obviously explains why my feeder house speed would not stay on the set position I had it on. It would keep going up and down on its own. So that will be here supposedly tomorrow. So he's tearing it all apart today. And then we will put it all back together. So will you be back out tomorrow or probably Wednesday? If it comes in tomorrow?
Yeah.
It'll be pouring rain, so we'll be working on it in here.
Yeah, whatever.
And we're getting a new belt too. That belt doesn't look horrible, but while you're doing it, you might as well do it. So I told him we might as well walk around the rest of the combine and see if he can spend some more of our money.
I will.
I will, he says. Oh, the battles. Well, he's got this back shiv all apart. And at least the fingers and stuff in there are all good. They're not wore. Wasn't for lack of grease there. He's got parts strung all over the place. These guys come and they just try to find everything they can spend your money on, don't you?
I can find more.
Yeah, I know you could find more. So basically just the piston took a shit. But that was probably part of my issue as to why I couldn't keep the feeder house speed set at one setting and remain there. So, oh, it's never ending.
Operator's hard on stuff.
Yeah, He's taking these back so that he can get them all cleaned up and everything. And then when the new parts come, we'll put it back together, throw a new belt on it. Just, you might as well. I mean, that belt don't look bad, but we'll keep it as a spare. You're doing it, you might as well do it. So either tomorrow or Wednesday, this shit will be put back together. There's the supervisor, poor old boy. He didn't like coming over here this morning, but got the door open just a little bit because it's raining, and it's raining pretty hard. A good old nor'easter. Yeah, 1.5 inches so far and counting. It's 11:30 in the morning. It's supposed to rain all day. Still waiting to hear if the UPS showed up at the dealership to get these parts. If they did, hopefully he's out here today. If not, he'll be here hopefully tomorrow, because we're not. Tomorrow is Wednesday, and then Thursday, both sound good. Friday, another chance of rain. There's no way in hell we're going to even attempt to go into a field tomorrow anyhow if the weather's good, because they put us in the 2+ inch range last night when I watched the 11 o'clock news. So Thursday maybe, depends on if they're right or wrong. Hopefully they're wrong and it's a little less, but it's not looking that way. But so I guess if it was a good time to be broke down, now is it. So I mean, we could have kept running, but this needed to be addressed eventually, so might as well do it now. But we'll see what happens. All right, we're putting back together in between his hiccups.
Part of the job.
Yeah. And as you probably can hear in the background on the roof, yeah, we're not doing this outside. I already told him we'll probably start it in here too, crack the door open. Although, you know, these wonderful new Al Gore and Greta machines shouldn't make smog in here anyhow, because they run so wonderfully clean.
Okay.
What'd you do with it? Where is the old... Putting back together the pieces and parts. And hopefully I won't have to mess with my speed anymore. It'll actually stay where it's supposed to be. So yeah, I haven't looked at the rain gauge lately. Buddy says it's dry in here. Had the door open a little bit, as you can see, but the floor was getting quite nasty. But it's... Oh, and the door don't want to open. It's coming down in buckets and the wind is blowing towards us. Yeah. I'm not gonna zoom in, but you can see water just running down that field across the road. Yeah, it sucks. So we get this together. I think we'll be sitting for a few days anyhow. Wrapping it up, putting shields back on. We opened the doors a little so we could start it. Cycle it up and down. Got the belt where we need it, tension wise. Ready to go. Didn't bother to run it full speed and set it, because I'll do that when we go to the field, but yeah, which might be a few days. As I'm sure you can still hear on the tin roof. Yeah, so I don't know what else I'll put in this video, because I don't think we're going to be working for 2 or 3 days at least. I think Barb might have some harvest footage still, so maybe I'll have her throw that on there. But yeah, it's ugly out. Starting to get lakes in the field across the road. Yeah, the geese are loving it over there. I'm not. I don't think anybody in the Northeast is loving this nor'easter right now.
Right.
All right, so the cat's trying to get into the box. So this is from Mark Calmer, who follows me on YouTube and Instagram. Pretty cool.
Very nice.
Tractor with the
Very
flags,
nice.
his Grumpy Farmer. Also got a couple of stickers for Jimmy and I. You can read them yourselves.
Yeah.
So sent me a nice little letter saying that he liked the videos and it made him get off his fat ass and do something. Good to know, Mark. You're getting off your fat ass and doing something. So
Thank you.
thank you very much. Well, moment of truth. Looks like about, I don't know, 2.6, 2.7, somewhere's in that neighborhood. Too much. That's what it wound up being, too much. All right, so I put up a new sticker. Thank you, Mark Calmer. Follows me on YouTube and on Instagram. He also, as Barb and I showed you a little while ago in this video, sent us this really cool metal tractor. It says Grumpy Farmer with the American flag. So I put it on my pass-through door in the shop here, right next to a piece of Chelsea's artwork that she gave me when she was a little kid. So, and all the different other things that we use. So thanks again, Mark. 2.7 inches of rain roughly, so obviously we're not going to the field. That's fixed and ready, the combine and whatnot, but it's supposed to be decent today, decent tomorrow, so maybe we'll try tomorrow. I don't know. I just went and looked at the one field. Water standing ankle deep on the headland, so it's ugly. Friday's supposed to be good for part of the day, then chance of rain Friday night and Saturday. So I don't know. I may just have Barb throw in some footage that we took that hasn't got into a video in the rest of this one. It'll be what it'll be.